Before we can even think about building our speech or constructing a speech, presenting a speech, we really need to figure out what's our speech about. Let's take a look at choosing a topic and a purpose. Your energy and the ability to energize others is more valuable than your time. When you speak, if you present with energy, it comes from your passion, your love, and your dedication to a topic. It comes out in your speech. That's why I absolutely say don't go to a search engine to find your speech, because you're not going to have no passion. You're not going to care about it. You're just going to be doing it to get it done. But if you really want to reach your audience, you have that energy from topics you care about. We want to talk about is what to consider, mindstorming, narrowing or expanding, and topic to thesis. Developing a dynamic topic. Now, you're going to get a speaking situation presented to you in class, of course. You already know your audience is going to be me and your fellow classmates. Plus, you're going to know what exactly is expected. The speaking situation, an introduction, a networking, a celebratory, an informative, and a persuasive. These are all set for you. Now, when you leave class, you might have to decide what you're actually presenting on and what the situation is. Because once after you determine the situation, you're able to narrow your topic. For instance, in a introduction speech, you might not want to be persuasive. In a networking speech, you'll have to have elements of persuasive, etc., etc. But this will also help you choose what type of clothing is appropriate, what the social expectations are, and how you interact with the audience. In this class, we're going to absolutely focus on extemporaneously speaking and having that conversational tone. Next, we really need to decide what will bring that energy into your speech. What are you passionate about? What are you going to be bursting to share with your audience? First, consider that when you are passionate about a topic and you can't wait to share it, your stress level goes down because you're really trying to bless the audience and share with them. So let's ask yourself, what topics are interesting and relevant to you? What do you like researching? What will you get into and enjoy to share with your audience? It helps generate that passion. You also will have a degree of knowledge because you may have experience with it, or you're willing to research it to build up your knowledge. And that knowledge creates a well when you're doing extemporaneous speaking that you can draw from to converse with your audience. When you don't have any knowledge about it, it's really difficult to fill up a speech. Next, it helps you bless the audience because you have a reason that you really want to share with them. When you consider that, next you're going to look into your audience because that's why you're there. You are there to share with the audience. So once after you find your topic, before you settle on it and decide, yes, this is the topic I'm going to speak on, okay, what's your speaking situation? Is it informative? Is it persuasive? What is your audience? Is your audience going to be receptive to it? Are they going to dislike it? What is their latitude of acceptance? What is your technical amount you're going to have to share with them? Is it something really complex and you're going to go in and talk to a third grade class and they don't have any clue what you're talking about? Or is it something that will relate to them, that will connect well with the audience? And this will also help you engage the audience. So when we talked about audience analysis, it comes through in selecting a topic. Brainstorming. Now I want to take a moment and let you read this slide rather than read it to you. But brainstorming really is a type of critical thinking where you've taken something and you decide, okay, what I'm really interested in is I really enjoy sports, but I'm a big time soccer fan. And as a big time soccer fan, I'm going to be talking to people that are used to baseball and football, and they may not connect with it. So how can I get them to connect with it? And suddenly you start saying, well, perhaps a demonstration, perhaps a short video. And then you start throwing these ideas out there. And it helps you jolt your ideas of, okay, maybe I should talk about fans. Maybe I should talk about audiences. Maybe I should talk about sportscasters. who knows, maybe you'll come up with some crazy ideas and then you'll be like, wow, that would really be fun talk. So this is a way of getting you to brainstorm and really start looking at different ideas. If you get stuck, which happens, you're like, yes, this is the topic I'm going to talk on. And you start working on it and you find out you're about a minute worth of material for a 5-minute speech. Or even worse, you're about 2 minutes material for a 20-minute speech. So what you instead do is you can do free association to kind of develop the topic, where you write down things associated with your topic. Like when we talked about soccer, maybe they won't enjoy European football conversation here in Colorado. So what might they enjoy? Well, fans are fans no matter where you are in the world. So fans would be one. Sportscasters, cities hosting events, Olympics. Suddenly you start throwing these ideas out there and it might hit one that will better connect with your audience. Concept mapping is a visual representation of the relationship between two concepts. You draw arrows and lines and you start mapping out what you want to do or how you can connect things that connect with your audience. Research. Now, I know a favorite thing for people to do is, oh no, I gotta do a persuasive speech. I know, I will go to the search engine and I'll type in persuasive speech and you get wonderful lists of 500 to 1,000 sometimes different speech topics. Problem is, that's not you. You're not really sharing anything that's you're passionate about. And so you end up giving a informative speech on changing a tire, and it comes off as you're bored, your audience is bored, and it just doesn't work. On the other hand, if you were to do one on making cookies, your favorite thing, it suddenly has that energy that you're looking for. So research, look into different things and decide, and talk to me if you need to, and we'll work through and come up with some good topics for you. Expanding or narrowing. Now I know the book actually says narrowing your topic because you're just going to find all types of information on it. Not true. What you want to do is actually you have to decide why you're giving the speech, as we mentioned before. And if you have a topic, this is where search engine does come in handy, especially an academic one. If you type in, oh, I want to give a speech about famous Colorado athletes of 1973. You type that in, you get 4 results. Those 4 results are not going to make a 20-minute speech, are not going to make a 5-minute speech. So instead you decide, oh, how do I expand it? Maybe I'll make it from 1970 to 1980. Suddenly you have 100 different results and suddenly you have a good speech. It works the other way too. You enter in the search engine and you get 1.5 billion results. Yeah, that's a lot of information that you're not going to have time to build on. So what you want to do instead is, all right, how can I narrow my term? Instead of great American athletes of the 20th century, great American athletes of 2010 to 2015, something of that variety, and then you'll see your results. You want to make sure you have enough material to draw from, to speak on, but at the same time you want to give your audience some depth, some quality to it. So you don't want to just have where I can just glaze over and read off a list of names really fast. That is not going to connect to your audience. So you have to get that balance. This is one way to do it. Topics to thesis. Your thesis, you're going to take what you're speaking for and your topic, and you're going to merge them together. And like I said, in this class, it's very easy. I'm going to do an introduction speech that tells a story about when there's your thesis. I'm going to do an informative speech, tell the audience about, there you go. I'm going to persuade the audience that they should, wow, there you go. This is the way you can actually develop your thesis based on your topic. Remember, you want your thesis to be short, 1 or 2 sentences, and you want it to truly tell your audience. It's a promise to your audience what you're going to do for them, what you will share with them. What we talked about is what to consider: mindstorming, narrowing or expanding your topic to thesis. Show up in every single moment like you're meant to be there. And this is true in public speaking. When you have the topic that excites you and you want to share, you show up in that moment and your audience absolutely loves you.